Yo, what's up, people? This is Mark from Mile High Model Y. And we got my Model Y here, had it for a month. And this is a 2024 Model Y long range dual motor. But you probably didn't come here to talk about that because you saw the title on this video. It came here to talk about how we got charging. And this is my charger here. This charger works pretty good. Now, I'm not one of those influencers or nothing that. I'm none of that shit. I'm just a regular person with a Model Y. So to clear that, anyway, this is a charger I got. This Seg Yuma, if I'm saying that right. And it does pretty good. At the time I bought it, which was a month ago, on Amazon, it was about $259 if you had a coupon, and if you had Prime. Now, here's what's gonna get some people riled up. Checked out the plug I got. Okay, it's not your 1450, it's not your 1430. This is your 1030, I think R or A. Okay, and this will probably clear it up a little bit more. There's no ground on here. Of course, it's two hots and a neutral, right? I do know my electricity. At the time, I'm gonna leave this unplugged. This is all I had in my washroom. Now I'm in my garage, okay? And I have an older house. I have a house that's built in like 1980. So yeah, a lot of things are out of date. But here's my system right here. And of course, you know, if you've been on a lot of channels, you know what this box is. It's one of those automatic switching boxes that basically switches from your dryer to your EV and back again. So when my wife comes down here, of course, and she turns on the dryer while I'm charging, it'll just switch over to the dryer, gives it all its power, all its amps and everything, watts. And then when that's all done, it'll switch back over to my EV charger and charge it up. Now here's my plug that I got. Let me go ahead and unplug this. Now I know you're supposed to turn off the power before you unplug it, but I play it safe. I'm not gonna touch the sides of this thing. You see what kind of plug I got? Okay, now if you do have this plug, make sure you take off this plate and check what kind of plug you got in here. Now this one is called, it's from some company called Rodale or something like that. It's probably an old ass 1030P or 1030R plug or receptacle. Let's call it right, the receptacle. And I pulled this plate off. I just did, matter of fact. I've been up here charging for a whole month. And I just now pulled this plate because I wanted to see. I've been looking at a lot of receptacles online, and I do want to change this to a 1430, but my plugs only have 3 conductors, so I'm going to have to pull a whole nother line up in here. That's crazy, but I'll eventually do it. I'll eventually get to 1450, but in a little bit, I'm going to show you why I probably can't do a 1450. But anyways, I pulled this plate off, and I checked the back of it to make sure that it was going to accommodate this plug correctly. Now, what I mean by that is like, how deep is the socket itself? Like, does it totally cover and make contact with these pins right here fully when you insert it into this receptacle? Now, I'm fortunate because it had a deep like socket that you see on most of those good ones out there, like Hubble and Bryant and stuff like that. So this is a good plug. It's rated to 30 amps. It's got a really high temperature rating on it and stuff like that. It may be old, but it is good. It's holding tension on the plug really good and everything. I gotta really like push it in, so I know it's making good contact. So I'm not too worried about what's going on here, but here's how my setup kind of went here. Car alarming. Okay, I went for let me go ahead and plug the EV plug. You see it's still got the same ones on here. And my dryer plug, I got a new dryer about a year ago, and I just transferred the plug. That's why I still got that 1030 receptacle. But anyways, what I did is I bought a cord that had the 1030R on it. Let's just call it a 1030 for now, because I don't know if I got the 1030P or the 1030R. And I said I knew electricity. I just don't know those receptacles. Anyway, so I bought an extension cord, and it started off with an extension cord, but then I cut it in half and bared the wires and everything. And I end up putting them in a junction box here. And I can show you that. Hold on. All right, I took the plate off so you can see what I'm doing. And this is what I did here. So I went from this extension cord. Okay, I stripped the wires and everything. I verified that this wire is 10 gauge. Okay. And I used they got some 10 gauge Wagos out there, or Wago nuts, or Wago nuts, whatever you want to call them. And I got all 3 of those on there, all going to the right colors and everything. And I even got the ground back there. Even though this wire doesn't have a ground in it, I still grounded the box. And I'm going to eventually ground it to like this receptacle right here. So I have a proper ground on this box. Don't come at me. Don't be like, hey, you need to really ground that box or something's going to happen. I'm going to ground the box, okay? Do not worry about it. This is my house, not yours. You see what I did there? Ran the wires from this 10 right here, this 10 gauge Romex. And I don't know why it's pink, but it was cheap because we don't got a lot of money here. Anyway, put that Romex in there, did it all correct and everything. You see the clamps, okay? Ran it to those Wagos. And then this went up here, stapled the cable all the way around, went out. You can see it's all stapled and everything. And then I came out here, had to cut the drywall out. Of course, he got the stud right here, here, whatever. Drilled a hole through those studs. You probably seen some electrical done in houses. And then I just ran the Romex all the way down to this plug. And as you see, I got the same 1030 plug here. Now, this is not a Hubble neither, or a Bryant, or anything like that. All the good brands out there. This is I don't know if it's a knockoff brand, but I did get it off Amazon. I'll put it up here in the, in the little picture on this video. If you want one, I'll put the link in there too. But it's been a good plug. It's got high ratings. And you know what? It was only $10.99 on Amazon. Of course, I got this box from, Home Depot or Lowe's. It's one of those. But I got the box. Box is grounded and everything like that. So when I do ground it in there, it's also going to ground out this box. But yeah, everything seemed to work. And this is one of those deep plugs too. I had to make sure it had nice tension and everything. So it's not as hard to push in as that other one in there, but it does make good contact. It doesn't want to fall out. And I did everything. You probably guys are asking in your head right now, well, did he torque it to the right specifications? Yeah, 70 inch-pounds or whatever. I think this one was 70 inch-pounds. I have a torque wrench and everything, so I did everything good. Don't come at me because of what I did. But if you're on a budget, this is what you have to do, okay? I wasn't going to go and spend $300 on the Tesla charger when there's thousands of other Tesla chargers out there that has this North American standard plug or Tesla plug, whatever you want to call it. Was it the NACS or something? It has that plug on it. That's all you need to charge my car, okay? I just wanted to make it real nice and neat out here in my garage because before, I just had the extension cord coming out of here, across the floor and everything, so everybody can trip on it, into this charger that just laid on the ground, and it went up to my car. And I'm like, I don't want that. I didn't want that. I didn't want to trip on it myself. And if I tripped on it, I'm going to be very mad. My wife tripped on it, I don't know, maybe I laugh. No, that's mean to say. But that's my setup here, all right? Going to go ahead and put the plate back on and everything. And just make sure those screws are tight. Go ahead and just tighten these up real quick. There we go. Now here's the only thing I can question. For you master electricians out there, because I'm not a master electrician. I work in IT. I think I know my electricity and stuff like that. But should that junction box go up here? Okay. Up top with the joist and then make its connection. Because to me, I think it's safe right here. It's just as same as one of those or this right here. It's just a junction box. We can go ahead and plug in everything. Yeah, and everything works. It's just making pretty much, to me, let's plug that in. What I did here is just make up some kind of glorified extension cord that uses Romex. So I went from this extension cord in there, on the woggle nuts. Went up again. Like I said earlier, did all that, and everything works. So just to prove that, and I've tested it. It hasn't got hot or anything. I went to my job and borrowed the thermal imager. So yeah, I'm checking out everything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plug this up, and I'm gonna show you that nothing heats up. Everything is good to go. As you can hear it clicking, everything's winding up. Green lights, all right. Everything's charging up. You guys probably saying, oh, you gotta use charge it for an hour or so before you check the temperature. No, I don't. No, I don't. All right, it's getting up, ramping up. Ramping up. And all you get is 24 amps out of this. It goes to 25. I think that's wrong. 24 amps. Let's check some temperatures. I know it just started, but nothing's going crazy here. I have done this before. I've sit here after an hour or so, came back with this thermal imaging camera. Nothing going on. Oh, that's heat around the plate. No, it's not. It's reflection of the light. But there's no hot things going on here. We'll go back in the washroom here. Getting our 24.3 amps. Anything hot going on? Here's the plug. Okay, that plug. Yeah, things are warming up. We're only at like 72 degrees, 73 degrees, and maybe climbing a little bit. Nothing crazy going on. Going up the wire. Oh, I'm going up this wire. Okay, going to that junction box. You can see my reflection in it. I'm hot, but see the junction box is not. Of course, this box is going to be hot, but a lot of heat coming off of it. Now, this box has temperature monitoring anyway, so it's going to cut off if it needs to. If you just look at the wire, it's heating up, but it's not really high temp. It's safe, all right? If you're on a budget and you got that plug right there, that little 1030R, 1030p, God damn it, don't be scared of it. Shit, you got to save money. Are you going to go out and pay, $1,500 to get it installed? Some people be like, yes, because, my insurance and everything, I want to make sure everything's right, so and so. If you do a good job, follow the instructions, I think you're going to be safe. Now, I was a little bit worried about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this, but when I got this thermal imaging camera and checked it, I knew I was good. I can sleep good. Let this thing charge for 8-10 hours, be good to go. Definitely check your plug. If you got some kind of funny plug in there that looks old, brittle, everything's coming apart, wires are thin, they're not 10 gauge for 30 amps, change out everything. Get an electrician. Don't follow me, but have confidence in yourself that you can do this shit and do it. All right? I did it. You can do it. All right, this is going to really piss some people off. You're going to be saying, like, why the hell is he charging on this? Okay, still charging. Look at the box we are messing with. Now, we all know that this is a dangerous ass box. Now, I will say, and I'm not responsible, if you got this box and you somehow hooked up came out of here and hooked up a 1450 and you're charging your car, you better not be. You better go get this damn box replaced. Because everybody knows about these boxes, these damn Federal Pacific boxes. But here's what my circuit's put on, 30 amps, okay? The circuit breaker works fine. It's tripped before because I hooked up my dryer wrong, the plug and stuff, and it definitely tripped. But people saying, yeah, these don't trip and all that kind of stuff. That be true. It's a 50-50 shot. But like I said it before, I don't have a lot of money right now. You're like, but you just bought a Tesla. Who gives a shit, man? I don't have the money right now to change this out. I'm eventually going to change it out when I get the money. When I get $3,000-$4,000, I would change out this box. All right. I didn't change it out myself because I heard you can get a permit. And I live in Colorado. You can do your own electrical work. As long as you get it inspected after you do it and get a permit, you're good. So if you got this box and you're trying to charge 40, 48 amps, you're trying to charge your damn Cybertruck and shit, don't do that. Get a better electrical box before you start doing that, before you even buy the car. But my thing is, like, I live in this house 3 years. I've had this box 3 years. I've been drying clothes on that same circuit for 3 years with 2 different dryers. Okay, this is, to me, this is the equivalent of drying your clothes. Now, if we have a whole bunch of loads, we're just drying a whole bunch of clothes. We can be drying for 3, 4, 5 hours. That's what my car says when I'm charging it. 3, 4, or 5 hours, it'll say it on the screen, right? You can see it says it right there. It'll say, sometimes it'll say 5 hours, sometimes it'll say 3 hours, and right now it's saying 2 hours because it's got 62% of charge. But my theory is it's an equivalent of you drying your clothes. So I'm good with it. And that's how you should think about it. Now, if you have a 1430, you're good to go, and your box is okay, you're good to go. That little box with 100 amp service on it that just shows you that Federal Pacific, do not try to install a 40 or a 48 amp charger on it. This video is just to show you that you can do this stuff cheap. Let's see how much money I spent into this whole setup here. So we paid nothing for the plug because it was already there and it was already good to go. Go ahead and check it out before you go buying your box. I bought this Vivor box right here at $139. It works perfectly. It switches when it's supposed to. When I turn the dryer on, it switches and switch back EV and back again. Got your little junction box right there. That was like a total with the cover and everything, probably about $5. The pink Romex, the funny pink Romex, it was 15 feet for about $30. Okay, this from a good company too. I think called Southwire or something like that. I don't know. I'll put a link in the bottom if you want it. All right, got the extension cord. That extension cord costed me about, I think, $24.99. Ended up cutting it in half. But you don't have to get that. You can just get like one of these dryer plugs and probably do the same thing. Go up into the junction box and so on. So let's add it up. $130, the wire and everything. That's going to be like another $30 to $40. So we're looking at it just around $200. Of course, we got the little staples and everything. That was another $2. So let's just round up $210. And then we got our $200 charger here, or $250 charger here. I'm sorry. I think it was $249. So we're up to about, let's see, about $400. Let's just round it up to about screws and everything, doing your work. Maybe you have to buy a tool to cut the drywall, stuff like that. Maybe about another $50 or something. So about $500, you can get going here. You can get your receptacles. I didn't even put that in there. $10 receptacle if you want to buy the $10 one. I think I'm going to upgrade to Bryant or Hubble. But if you want to do that, just add another $30 on there. So let's just say $550 gets you your charger, your plug, all your good stuff, your little switcher, and you can hook it up to a 100 amp service. I'm having no problems, no lights flickering, stuff like that. All right, I think this video has been too long. If you like it, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to comment, go ahead and comment. If you want to argue with me, let's argue in the comments. I don't care. I got to do it cheap because I'll be blunt. I don't have any money like that. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Mark from Mile High Model Y.